Well, Roger that. We're back in the great state of Michigan. And guys, we just returned from the Las Vegas Super Bowl trip. And I've got to tell you, it was absolutely fantastic. And I got to give a big shout out to John Orlando and Vanessa Saros for having us all back to the house, letting us stay over there, the big Super Bowl party that we do yearly, and also the fact that it's getting us over at the Red Rock and the Durango in the high stakes VIP room with Dana White and his whole crew. And just, I'm going to run down the line here. A couple of things that we did was pretty cool. So we brought Raj in on a live podcast with Action Junkies, the Roger That. And what did you think of doing that? Did you like it?
It was good, yeah. That was my first time being on another one. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
and we're going to do more of those as time goes on. We brought Raj in for that one only because it was as if he was there. Okay, just because Roger was here up at Michigan State at school, I'm here to tell you we had him on the phone, FaceTime with who'd you talk to that night?
A lot of people. The first night, Raz called me. I was sleeping. It was like 5 a.m. Michigan time.
Michigan time.
But you guys were still.
We were still out and about. It was just getting started.
Yeah. So Raz called me first night. I didn't answer. Second night, Raz FaceTimed me and took me around the whole entire casino saying hi to people. And then
that's pretty cool, man.
Manny Muniz, which is the new Power Slap champion.
Power Slap champ with the purple hair.
Yeah, with purple hair, yeah.
Okay.
So he FaceTimed me. Who else FaceTimed me?
Did Sarah? Bradley Martin
I said hi to Sarah on the phone. I said hi to Daniel Mack on the phone.
Danny Mack, that's right. We had Danny Mack on there.
Zan and James, part of Nick Nyracina's crew, FaceTimed me.
Yeah, that was fun.
I think that's it.
So it was almost as if Roger was in the room. So if we were to go to the top of the list, go to the top of that list. And okay, so here's who we ran across. So it was the second night, and I saw Bradley Martin, and he had walked up. I was watching Dana White play, and Dana White plays heavy blackjack. It's $30,000 a hand, and it's all in. It's the craziest gambling I've ever seen. Roger's seen it too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To stand there and hang out with Dana, and he did offer Roger an internship out there, so that's pretty cool too. So he comes over, we start talking, and this isn't like, hey, come get a picture. This is more or less, hey, what's happening, what's going on. He knows we're from Michigan. We started talking about hunting, and he wants to come out here deer hunting with us this year coming up. So I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet if he actually does. Yeah.
So we'll have to talk to the guys who we have a little partnership deal with up there.
Yeah.
Sal and McCoy and the gang. But maybe I'll just bring him bow hunting. I don't know, because he said he would like the bow and possible gun.
Yeah, it seems like he'll do both.
Yeah, so I said, hey, if you want to do both, let's do it. Let's do both. And obviously Sarah Safari was there, and she actually talked to Mom quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then she asked me to take some pictures of her with others. So I find it.
You were her personal photographer.
I was her personal photographer. So I just
said, publicist.
I was her publicist. So I just basically told her, I said, Sarah, I put her phone in my pocket, and she starts laughing. I said, just go get whoever you need pictures with and bring them back. I said, I'll be waiting. So she came back with another group of people, and I was taking some more pictures. And she is a really nice person, man. Cool. And every time she sees me, she comes over and says hi. She said hi to Mom. She got a picture of Mom. We talked for a while. And she's a busy bee though, man. People are yanking on her. They all want to see her.
Yeah.
And then, so then you had called Mom about Duncan's crew.
Yeah, I called and said Danny Duncan was there, and we gotta get with him.
Gotta get with Danny Duncan. So I said, all right. So I came down the elevator or escalator or whatever, and I saw him standing there. And Tiny's like, hey, those are the guys Roger wants to hook up with, do some stuff with in the future. I says, all right, I'll go talk with him. So I grabbed him. I says, hey, man. And he was already with a couple of guys that we were having dinner with.
Yeah.
The guys out of Texas, some new guys. And then the other, what do you do for a living?
Daniel Mack.
Yes. Riot. So we had actually spent a couple of days with him.
Daniel Mack.
And his following is huge. So he basically, if you've never seen Danny Mack, he walks up and says, what do you do for a living, right? If you got a really sharp, nice car. And he walks up to all these, Lamborghinis and things like that. And people, one of his first posts actually went viral, had over 1 million right out of the gate. And he wasn't even really trying to to do this for a living, and now this is all he does.
It just kind of happened.
It happened to him, and we hung out with him and his girlfriend, Savannah. We hung out with them for a couple of days. Went to dinner, jumped on a big tour bus thing. It's a bus from the casinos.
Yeah.
Johnny gets the bus to pick. We had so many people, so he gets us a bus, and we had a ball, and we did a little video with him. He was really cool, down to earth guy. Danny Duncan and his whole crew were all there with him, and Kiwan.
Kiwan, yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. So they wanted to come to dinner, and we were all going to the steakhouse. So we brought Danny Duncan, Kiwan,
his manager,
nice guy.
Yeah.
They all got my phone number. We got their phone numbers, and we're gonna try to do some business. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do something with them. And they were cool. And then
Roger, lad, coming at you from the great state of Michigan. These are my friends from all over the world. And what we would like to say is, what podcast are all you guys just started to watch as of yesterday? RogerThatLive.
Duncan's big. $200 million in merch in a year.
$200 million in merchandise. He's got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and they did $200 million last year, and that was with his business manager. And this is us. This is no one just bragging. We were just on the side talking, went to dinner together. Again, great guys. Then we have Blackjack Jake, and with Blackjack Jake, there also comes Jake Ellenberger, and there was another Jake.
There was 3
Jakes.
There
Yeah.
were 3 Jakes.
Well, this time there was just the 2 Jakes.
2 Jakes, yeah.
And Blackjack Jake's got 8 kids.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Blackjack.
His YouTube is just the 10 of us, or just the X of us.
Yeah. Okay, so we laughed, we had a good time. We went back gambling with Jake and John Orlando. And the thing with that is that John Orlando said the 6 of hearts, I think. And then Jake didn't want to take it.
Yeah, he was at 15, I think.
Yes, he was at 15. And he's going to stay against the dealer.
He's going to stay against dealer's 10 or something.
And what did John say?
John said, take the hit. It's a 6 of hearts.
6 of hearts.
He stayed. And they waited.
Oh, man.
He lost. The next card out was the 6
of hearts. And he had said to John Orlando, hey, I'll put a tattoo. I'll get a tattoo of the 6 of hearts. So we're hoping to see how this takes place, because Jake has no tattoos at all. He was a cage fighter. He's number 6 in the world. He's the nicest guy in Vegas, next to John Orlando. I think him and John Orlando, I think they're tied for the nicest guys out there. Bottom line. So then Machine Gun Kelly comes in with his crew.
That was Power Slap night.
That was a Power Slap night.
Everybody was there for Power Slap. Machine Gun Kelly, Charles Barkley, Travis Scott, Tom Brady, Kai Cenat, Adin Ross, Speed. There were so many people there. That was crazy.
Yeah, there was a couple guys, the big video gamers too. The real big.
Watching on TV was
Fortnite.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
There were a ton of people there.
So then they all come back up to the VIP room with Dana White, because Dana White invites these guys all back up there, and we're all hanging out. And I did not walk over and talk to Machine Gun Kelly, and I talked to, just said hi to Adin Ross, nothing much. Hung out with Zan. And that was cool. Dana White was there, talking to him for a few minutes. Then I had met Steiny.
When did you meet Steiny?
I met Steiny the night before.
Gotcha.
Over at Red Rock. I met him over there. And actually, I saw him the night before. Then I saw him after he slapped
Bradley Martin.
And I told him, hey, that was a really nice hit that you gave him. Nice slap in Bradley Martin's face. And Steve would do it. I saw him 4 or 5 times.
Probably the whole time, no?
And when I talked to him, we were out in the hotel. He saw us over at the pizza place. Prince Street Pizza. Number 7 in the globe, and I'm here to tell you guys, this pizza is number 1 in mine. I had the number 2 pizza in the world.
In Florida.
I took Raj, and that was USA Today. This was another one that came out yesterday. And so the owner came out, and he says, look, you guys from Detroit, blah, blah, blah. We started talking. He knew John Orlando. Went and made us a couple specialty pizzas and brought them out, and it was like, hey, guys, I had got to have a bite of this. So I brought out this pizza, and I'm here to tell you, we did a little video of it. We sent it back to Raj. He edited it up for us. We posted it online. The pizza is absolutely incredible. And the big secret, they bring in New York water.
Yeah.
Because the water is different wherever you go. That's why you can't get a good pie in Florida.
Right.
And these guys have got a stove on it, Roger. It was to die for. It was so good. That was Lawrence Longo at Prince Street. And so then we hear with Steve would do it. We did that. We talked a little bit about Danny Mel. Who else you got on there, Raj? We had.
You sent me that picture with Lorenzo Fertitta.
Oh my gosh! So
Yeah.
no one. He's known. I mean, he's the king of Vegas next to Dana White, right? They're the kings.
Yeah, they're together. Yeah.
They're together, and so I'd seen this nice-looking gentleman walk by, dressed to the nines, just sharp, looked good, you know, and you could tell it was nice stuff, you know. And he walks over and real quiet guy, and I says, "Hey, Lorenzo," and he says, "What?" He turns around and he says, "Yeah." I says, "Hey, I'm Roger from Detroit." I said, "Listen, I just want to tell you something." He says, "What's that?" I said, "Well, thank you for inviting me." Because what had happened was about 8 years ago, I went to the UFC and sat with Dana White and the gang, and they invited me back to Ed and I to eat in this like VIP section off an MGM, right? So it was just some fighters and baseball players,
VIP
NFL guys. Yeah. NFL guys. So I said it was about 8 years ago. He said, wait a minute. How long ago? You know? I said, it was about 8 years ago. And he says, listen, man. He goes, I've never had anybody find me like you just found me and thank me for something so far in the past. I said, well, if I haven't had a chance to meet, I would have told you in 1 year if I'd have met you in a year. But it had been 8 years. Really nice guy. That's Lorenzo Fertitta, right?
Yeah.
He was cool. And then, oh my gosh, Cody. So as far as the power slap guys, Cody didn't fight.
No.
But Cody ran with us the whole time.
Yeah.
He actually came back to John's party for Super Bowl. And then he went and had dinner with us the night before he had left. And Cody, believe it or not, moved from Wisconsin to the UP in Michigan. Drove to Vegas, said he was going to drive back, pick up his stuff in the UP, and he'll be back in Vegas by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
That's crazy.
Moving. Already got an apartment.
That's wild.
Done. He's moving in, and he wants to run with John Orlando and keeping the power slap. And if those guys were fighting, they could go back to the Apex. Eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have all workout gear, the gym, train. Plus, they have trainers, they have doctors there.
Nutritionists, they got
nutritionists.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, right? So Dana White's got this place set up for these guys, and if they're going to take it serious, they might as well jump on the wagon because, you know, they're taking a shot at making something. Because if they do make it to champ, they can make some good money.
They'll make some money, yeah.
And it's taken off. So Cody the Bodacious. Then I had the champ just power slap this guy. And
right after the fight.
Right after the fight. He walks.
Like less than an hour after the fight.
So what happens?
That night.
So what happens?
He called me on the phone and was like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
His face was all busted up.
So Manny, right? Manny?
Yeah.
And he says, he's talking, he just literally walked out of the fight, comes over, he starts talking with us, and I got the Bodacious over here, which is Cody, and then Manny walks up, and he's got the purple hair shaking, and I said to him, I says, Braz, I said, you and Brian Ellis, we bet on.
Yeah, we bet those two.
So Raj called us. So basically, John Orlando, Johnny Butt, Ed Trombley, Alex, and Steve Aflyat, myself, we all bet $50 to $100 on this fight, and we had no idea because it's hard to even guess these because they all just
early.
It's early.
Yeah,
no one knows who's who.
Yeah.
Who has a glass jaw? Who's got a stone jaw? I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Right. And so we bet it, and as a group, we won $4,600.
Betting like $50 a guy.
$50 a guy. That's off Roger's bet. So it wasn't like we bet $4,600.
No.
We bet probably $100.
You guys bet like
50, 200, maybe $300, $400
tops, yeah.
And it paid out $4,600. We win.
Big underdogs.
So Manny comes in. I said, Manny, you got to talk to the top pick kid in Detroit. Call Raj up. He's talking to Raj for a while. He's bullshitting with you, right?
Yeah, a little while.
And then we had
Brian Ellis won.
Brian Ellis was a part of that bet.
He was part of that parlay.
Had a great conversation with him.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Yeah, there's a couple pictures you guys will put them right there.
Yeah, put the pictures on all these guys.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's got like the hair.
Yeah.
Cool as hell. Nice guy, man.
Big sunglasses on.
But he's a big guy. He's overwhelming. He's so big. He's a big guy. And then the other guy I told you came down River Detroit. The other power
Makini Manu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Him and his wife.
Super heavyweight.
430
something?
463, 430.
I think it's 433.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
We were off in the corner for like 45 minutes. His wife and I and him sat there. We talked about everything. He had actually come to Michigan. He was downriver. He worked with a church group down there, I believe. And he came down for 6 months and helped that area out. And he's like, this guy is just he's a man's man. Nice guy.
That's cool.
Good people. And then comes walking in. Jelly Roll comes walking in. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, good, So he's like, where are you guys from? I said, oh, well, we're from Detroit. And we started talking with Jelly. And then I had told Jelly, I says, hey, Jelly, I go, look. I go, we're going to be working on the same deal with Gary Brecka. And then, so Jelly left. And then in comes
Gary Brecka.
Gary Brecka. So Gary starts talking with us. Now, the cool thing is, we had met Gary.
We met him a couple times. When we were there. When I was there.
But he sat down with us at the dinner table.
Yeah, at the steakhouse, and sat down for a while when we talked to Gary Brecka for.
And that was at the Red Rock.
That was at Red Rock, yeah.
So that was over at Red Rock. Yeah. And now he saw me again, and he walks over. We started talking, and Tanya then, she's sitting there, and she's like, "Okay, you're talking too much to this guy." Like, a lot of people in the room, but people don't realize.
It's not like that.
It's not like that at all. We're not attacking anybody. He had actually walked over, hey, what's happening?
Right.
And so he talked to us for about 45 minutes about health and the whole 9 yards. I pointed at my belly at the time. And I'll give you a repoint maybe in 3 months, 4 months. But I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. And Gary gave me some good ideas on what I need to do. And we're going to jump on his program. And then the boys from Detroit were there. They're actually are they from Grand Rapids? Brandon Bordeaux?
He's from, like Grand Fremont or something.
He just got out of the fight, too.
He was, he fought that night.
He fought.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, no, we're from Michigan. They're the guys that have the...
they're the butchers.
They're butchers.
Yeah.
Him and his brother.
Yeah, they do pigs and
deer
and all sorts of stuff.
Cows. So I guess he comes too. He's got a mobile. I should call. I'll give him a call, and the next time we'll shout out the name of his company. But I started talking about hunting with him, and he was like, "Dude, we're mobile. We'll come to you. We'll have some fun, cool. So he goes, "Well, hold on. Let me go get all my boys." And he went and got his whole gang. His brother, bunch of guys. They're all butchers and power slap guys. And he's a nice guy too, really, And then so we talk about Adin White.
No, but you met Dana White's son.
So yeah,
one of them.
Yeah. Dana has a couple of sons and a daughter, and I was able to meet his son this time around. Because I've been running with Dana out there for a few years now. And his son was a nice young man. Was he the one who played football?
No.
No, the other brother played football. So. Okay, gotcha. And then Marcus Deegan.
Yeah, Marcus Deegan's cool.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast out there with John and them at Sticky Paul's studio. And Marcus used to do, I didn't know this, but he used to do Michael Jackson for like 20 years.
Did he really?
Yeah, maybe 10. And then he was the announcer from the Men from Down Under. That's that, where all the men with all the muscles jump out. Yeah. So he's the announcer for that.
Yeah, he's okay.
But he was the big, because like there was a traveling group and then there's his group, but his is the top guys in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he did that for 20 years. And he also is known for when he shaves up and he can look like...
He looks like Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he is from Australia.
Yeah.
So he's got the accent from Australia.
Yeah.
The Irish look, And so he was back at John's house, and we had a great conversation. Awesome. Elvis Monroe was there again at John's house. I'm going to bring Elvis Monroe on. He's a lot of you may have seen him like on, the not Oprah, but the other blonde hair lady, all the daytime Showtime stuff, right? Yeah. He was on all of them. He was one of the guys at the shooting where they killed 57 people over at the Mandalay Bay. He's the guy that ran in there, grabbed people. The story will raise a hair on your arms. This guy is a true American hero. Awesome guy. His girlfriend, fiance, I just love her to death. She's so nice. We all hung out at John's house. And then we had the guy from Michigan. He's known for his rear end.
Oh, Frankie LaPenna?
Frank LaPenna, right? Frank LaPenna was there. And I don't know if you guys know him or not, but look that name up. He's got a couple million followers. He's here. He does a lot of the underwear commercials. And he was there. Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah.
I got a picture with Steve Flyett and Alex.
Steve will
Air
fly it.
Alex and Steve Flyett. They're trying to make names. I said no. Air Alex, Steve Flyett.
Yeah.
And we're gonna produce that podcast. Now, not even a podcast.
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. We're gonna start that. It's gonna be coming maybe hopefully within a month. They're gonna.
That'll be fun to do.
Yeah, they're gonna basically just a quick rundown. They get on their plane. They're in flight school. They're gonna take off, and they're gonna go to another city. When they get to the other city, they also are able to drive a cheap and expensive car at that airport. So they take the car. They go to lunch, and then they're gonna eat at just some random diner.
Yeah.
Rate the food. Jump back in the plane.
And go back home.
Go through the clouds. Video that, and it's gonna be fun. So, let's see. Bounce Back with Uncle Timmy.
That's a funny video.
Let's talk about that.
That's a funny video.
Now, you've talked about him because you watch the Nelk Boys and you watch Steven do it.
We met him.
We did meet him
there.
But I mean, prior to that,
Yeah.
you had talked about this guy.
Yeah.
And then...
And John and Vanessa had said it's you in another life.
And they said, they said, this guy is me in another life. So what had happened is, about a month ago, he was somewhere and Vanessa says, hey, I want you to yell Roger that. So he yells Roger that, but then he didn't stop. He keeps yelling it.
He keeps going, yeah.
And he's in the VIP section again. And they're all cracking up. And he's yelling Roger that. Well, fast forward, we walk in this time. And I says, bounce back Uncle Timmy. I says, I think I call him Uncle. I don't know if I used the whole. I said, what's up, Uncle? And I said, look, I'm the Roger that. And he goes, no way. I said, yeah, Vanessa made that video. He goes, I know what you're talking about. I said, I'm it. Me and my son is Roger. I'm Roger. We're the Roger that group. So he says, well, let's do it. So then we start videoing. I'm laughing so hard I couldn't stop. I wasn't even drinking a beer or nothing. This guy's screaming. So we finally got a piece of it on video.
Yeah, you guys are screaming and yelling a bunch in front of Travis Scott, a bunch of celebs.
They're all looking around like, what the hell is going on, man? You would have thought the biggest entertainment figure in Hollywood just walked in. And it's myself and Uncle Timmy. It was a riot. Another great guy. Cool guy. And obviously, Raz.
Yeah.
And Raz got the phone. Did we ever talk about that? No.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it.
Did we mention it?
Yeah, he took me around the whole casino.
He took you around and was, hey, Raj, because
Yeah.
He had said, hey, where's Raj? Where's Raj, man? And I said, I don't have Raj, but I have his mom. And he goes, hey, Mom. This guy's the gambling king of all Las Vegas, is Raz. And then Jax from Vanderpump Rules was standing there, and the girls all knew who he was.
Yeah.
Right. All the moms were like, oh my God, it's Jax, from Vanderpump Rules or whatever. And so they were talking with him.
Yeah.
And I think Jan even asked him a couple questions about the show, for God's sake. She was asking him stuff, and I don't know if he knew what to say, because, it's a part of the show.
Yeah.
They can't tell you what's going down.
Yeah, what's happening next.
Yeah, right? And let's kind of end this with a couple of things. Did I talk about walking up to the table? And he's...
Adin Ross?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So, I see Adin Ross, and when he comes in, it's a whole crew. He's got
some bodyguards and some people around him.
And then he's got the videographers.
Yeah.
They got
he's
cameras.
Got a couple friends with him.
And they set up, and I mean, it's a real deal. It's set up nice. I mean, they've got really...
Yeah, when you watch it, it's...
heavy-duty cameras and stuff. So he's streaming.
Yeah.
And he's got like 60...
He probably gets 60, 70,000...
are watching.
At once.
At
any given time.
At any given time, right, of the day. So he's got all this going on. So we're all standing there in this video, in this live streaming.
He's playing blackjack.
He's playing blackjack. I give him a couple hi-yas. I give him a couple of yells. And so he's talking to his guy. And then he says, hey, man. He goes, I love your energy or something. And so he shakes my hand and we're talking. He says, hey. Then he turned around. Then he turned back around. And he said, hey, this is my man. He's a DJ, the young guy.
Cheeser. He's not a DJ. He's just...
He's just one of his guys.
Yeah.
So Cheeser?
Cheeser.
So Cheeser's there. He says, hey, this is Cheeser. So I say, hey, what's happening, Cheeser? Roger Silvestro, blah, blah, blah. Shake his hand. So I'm watching him some more. He turns around and just hands me 3 chips. So I put it in my pocket. I don't look at him. He's like, dude, love your energy, blah, blah, blah. So I go to look and see what's going on. He handed me $2,500.
That's cool.
1,500. And I guess everybody on the phone was telling him, give him some money, give the old man some money. They're calling me the old man.
You're the old man.
Right, I wish you were there. He probably would have given you more because you're younger. So then he gets up and I says, hey, man, I really appreciate that. And he was, no problem, man. He was, again, love your energy or whatever. He says, I'm a legend or something.
He says, you're a legend.
I'm a legend. So then he goes, and then his guys are kind of hanging out. And we got a couple cool pictures with him. And again, I mean, and I know we're in a different setting, obviously, right? We're not with somebody in their house. Somebody always says, oh, that guy's a great guy.
Yeah.
But all these guys, like Zan,
yeah,
day 2, after he talked to him.
It's not, people come back and they say, like,
because we're all in the same room together for 3 nights. So he comes back, he's like, Raj, man, we're coming to Detroit. We're gonna do the tie off or the whatever they do, the raft off, or
like St. Clair,
and the gauntlet and all the madness on the boats.
Yeah.
He's like, we're coming. I want you and your son to come with us. We'll have a riot. We're out there for a week. We're gonna get the cookie boys together, eat this big cookie, and the ice cream, 7, 8, 10 ice creams, whatever, scoops, and he said, we'll do that. We're gonna blow you guys up, man. He was going crazy, and we were just, it was just him and I. Yeah. And Mom was sitting down, getting a breather. It might have been 2, 3 in the morning. And he's like, I got my same sweats.
He wore the same sweatsuit all weekend. I kept seeing posts, and he's wearing the same outfit.
It was not the same night. The first night we got a picture.
No, I kept seeing
that was different. Second night he walks in and he had his one leg pulled. He got off the basketball court. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you watch YouTube videos that was in that weekend,
so
he's got the same outfit. It goes day 1, day 2, day 3. He's got the same outfit
every day. Same sweatpants. He goes, so then that last night. Like I said, so he came over and we were just talking, having a good time, and so we were able to meet up with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we're gonna probably, then John Orlando's podcast, which you guys need to take a look at. It is what was the name of it? Was it the Roger That?
It's Action Junkies. Action Junkies episode 290. No, 264 maybe. It's the newest one. It's Roger That Super Bowl recap.
Yeah, Roger That Super Bowl recap. And we talk about a lot of stuff in there.
From your weekend.
From the weekend, we brought Raj on, or John brought Raj on to his show.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to figure out to do a couple things out in Vegas to get out there maybe every 30 days. And John had said, he says on the video, the first 3 people that call me
that he didn't know,
he was going to take
for a fight.
He's going to take you out to a fight, a UFC fight.
Yeah.
So he's listening with Palmer. Ben's over here. He hears it. He calls the other guys. They're watching or listening.
Yeah.
And then who I'll call then? So then
Ryan Palmer, Tyler Palmer, and Peyton Kelly.
Peyton Kelly. So Peyton Kelly called first. And he's like, yo, man, I want to come to the fight. I'm watching the show. And John's like, okay, tag me or whatever and send me your info. I already got your phone number. So then he goes, okay, yeah, I always watch your show, blah, 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 blah. So then Ty calls, right?
Yeah.
And then Ty texts us back and says, hey, I'm trying to get this ticket. And he's telling the older brother, I don't do that because it's kind of goofy because we're all friends. So I called John. I says, all these kids in town here from Michigan want to go to the fight, and they're all the ones calling you. Because he had met their mom and dads last year. They all went with us. The Kellys, the Palmers. We all went to Las Vegas last year and we all went to John Orlando's house for the Super Bowl party. So now he's putting 2 and 2 together, and he loves us. So he hit them all back, and those 3 guys are going to go with Raj and I. We'll go back out to Vegas and go to a UFC fight, probably next
soon.
Spring or fall, whenever they get started again back at the Apex. I don't know.
Contender Series.
Fall. So we'll bring all those guys, and that'll be another show. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be really good. Those guys will flip out in the Apex.
Yeah.
And we'll try to figure out how to get them to meet Dana White, because it'll be tougher with Peyton and Ty. You know?
Yeah,
so what we'll have to do is call up and get Dana maybe, and we'll just come up, get pictures with him. Or maybe right at the Contender. Maybe. It's hard though because he does that press conference.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
It's difficult.
So we'll have to figure that out.
ESPN, right? It's on ESPN, that one, or is that on Rumble?
That's ESPN.
ESPN. So it's tough to get to Dana even if you're sitting in a seat.
It's hard, so we'll have to work through that one.
He's being interviewed the whole time. All the fights are going on. There's a lot happening. So Vegas was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And we met a lot of great pizza. We had a lot of great pizza out there. We met a lot of great people. But so we'll bring more. We got more coming. We're hoping we've got 3 guys this week we're going to talk with. 4 guys. 4 Power Slap guys want to come on and talk to Raj on the show, right?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll do them as soon as possible.
Maybe we could even do them tomorrow.
Well,
we might be able to do it. Either way, we're going to try to get them on. Bring that to you. A lot of fun, nice guys. People are really falling in love with the sport. There's a lot of people against it.
A lot of people against it.
Oh, even your grandpa.
But they don't realize realize.
They don't realize
what it is. They just think it's people
slapping each other, and there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
It's catching on, and what people don't really realize is that down in the southern states, these guys have been fighting.
It's been happening for
in bars, and they're making $50 to $100.
Yeah.
With no medical, nothing.
And Dana White is going to take care of them.
Now Dana White, they're going to at least make some money doing what they're doing, right?
Yeah, because they're doing it anyways.
They're doing it anyway. That's say that one more time.
They're doing it anyways.
They're doing it anyways. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So, and these guys, even the 4 or 5 fighters that I talk to, they're all telling me the same thing. Hey, this is an opportunity for us to go further. We're getting endorsements. They're
making money.
They're making money for the first time
ever.
And they are just, like I say, they're just young guys, and they want to give it a shot. Some of them already done combat sports. A few of them are already fighters. A few of them were football players.
Yeah.
Yeah, like semi-pro and
Brian Ellis,
college.
Brian Ellis played for Texas, I think.
Texas, yeah. And these guys are not your average guy just taking a slap at somebody. These guys are
athletes.
They're athletes, man. It's pretty amazing. So they're a pretty cool group of people. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. I don't know what the mind can take, but I do know that a fighter in the UFC takes more hits to the head than a slap boxer. The slap is just your hand, unless they do clubbing.
Yeah, unless they.
So it is. I know they're knocking some of the people out. I was with the lady that knocked the other lady out this time around, and I didn't say anything. She came and talked to Dana, and I think she was upset she was misqualified. And he had told her, and I was listening. Not listening. I was basically standing right next to Dana White, and he said that's the rule. She lifted her foot up, and when you go, just give it a shot. Just tap something, and then lift your foot up, and have all your weight coming.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
man.
That's why it's a rule.
Yeah. And so the other girl won, which I like. We like her. The
Hungarian Hurricane.
The Hungarian Hurricane.
Yeah.
Woo! We saw her live knock out that first girl, and it was
crazy. It was brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Knockout.
It was a knockout, cold.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, I felt it. Absolutely crazy. But again, we'd like to thank John Orlando and Vanessa, and also Dana White, for always being so generous and great to us and our whole group. Johnny Butler's pictures with Johnny and Dana.
He's got pictures with everybody. He was going around.
He was cracking me up.
Everybody.
But I think he talked to Dana White about when he was the
Strong
Tough Man.
It
was Tough Man contest back 1988, 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been 90. I don't remember. They came to Cobo Hall, and John Butt fought in that. Wow. And he fought a big dude, man. And we all thought John won, but they gave it to this cop. He was a cop or something like that. But there wasn't many guys in this town that could beat up John Butt. Not many. Matter of fact, that goes, of course, for all the Butt brothers. Frank Nitti, John, and then you got the Trombley boys. But Ed wasn't... He wasn't, he don't talk about his fighting days too much, He's down at that Porsche store. Porsche Tampa, folks. Porsche Tampa. Go see Ed Trombley for your car. Which...
Daniel Mack.
Yes.
Are we putting that together or no?
We're trying to put that together. If Eddie gets the car, Danny Mack and then John Orlando wants to be a part of it too.
Yeah, we have to do it.
So
we have to do it. That'll be coming real soon.
I had introduced Ed to everybody as the Porsche man in Florida. So you guys need to get a car, let him know. Well, one of the guys already contacted him, wants a...
he wants a new ride.
It's a high-end Porsche. It's like, whatever. 400 grand something, 350,000. And Eddie called him back and says, hey, I do have the availability to get one. It was used, but only had 2,000 miles. So it's really brand new. So anyway, so
we're going to put that together.
We're going to put that together, and you guys will see that. And we got something else I'm talking with the other guy about. There's a few things shaking and baking here, so we'll see what happens. We will talk to you guys all soon. Thanks for tuning in, and Roger.
And
out.